We bought a $42 watch from India. I only selected this because it was talking about a watch from India. I'm curious on the quality's good or bad. I'm just curious. I'm just curious because, again, some of the like this I got in India. Well, technically my wife got it for me, but I got it in India. Good shirt, very thick, not having like holes in it like some of the shirts I bought in the US that I keep hung up. They already have like moths eating through them. Like they have holes in them. Why? But yeah. We bought a $42 watch from India.
Hey everyone, my name is Jonathan McWhorter, executive producer for Teddy Baldessar, and I just bought a $42 watch from India. This is the Terra by Delhi Watch Company. So you're probably asking yourself, Jonathan, why did you buy a $42 watch from India? Well, I saw this watch served to me in an Instagram ad. It's all happened to us. And when I saw that there was a titanium field watch for $40, it's an opportunity that was really hard to pass up. And not only that, I had to stay up way past my bedtime and make it through a lottery of at least 15,000 people to get it. And after that, I had to wait a few weeks for it to get shipped from India to my house. So the anticipation has been killing me. And let me tell you, this watch has been worth the wait. After seeing countless watches with very familiar designs, this was something entirely new and truly original. The Terra by DWC is a self-described adventure watch designed after the ubiquitous carabiner, that S-shaped hook you see holding daring mountain climbers off cliff faces, or attaching a graphic designer's car keys to his Patagonia backpack. It's an unmistakable form that's instantly recognizable and unlike any other watch case that I've seen. The Terra keeps time by means of a simple Miyota quartz movement, and its all business dial presents as something of a scientific instrument rather than a traditional timepiece. This is the classic form following function. With no lugs to speak of, the Terra fastens to your wrist with a simple...
I gotta say, I do like the hex bolt instead of the wheel, because so many places, like, I don't have my watch on, but they have the wheel that has just several nods. I like the hex bolt that this one has, because it just looks... It'd be an octagon. Is that a hex or an octagon? No. Whatever it is, it's a bolt. The bolt that does it, because I don't know why I like it where it's more defined. Oh, here we go. This will be a good example. I like it where it's more defined and rather than round. This is an actual head. I have it on my desk, of course. But where you can move it, push it, rather than where it's like a circle just with bumps. I've never been a fan of that. I prefer something like this.
Pass-through fabric strap, complete and total practicality. And while the Delhi Watch Company offers a wider range of more traditionally shaped cases, the boldly original Terra created for the brand's 5th anniversary has caught my attention. However, aside from the cool, brutalist tactical design, somehow I've saved the best part for last. Now, to get specific, the retail price for the Terra was 3,999 Indian rupees at launch. That's about $42 US, depending on when you're looking at the exchange, and it added up in total to $63 after shipping to the US. And while we're not talking about anything approaching high horology, the value proposition here is nothing short of outrageous. But before I get to what I really think of the DWC Terra, first, let's talk about what it is and what it's like to wear. The titanium case is the headline of the story, and it starts with its unique construction. The grade 2 metal is cut from a large sheet of the material using electrical discharge machining to create the basic monoblock shape with very high precision. This is the same process that I've seen firsthand at top-tier watchmakers in Switzerland. DWC retains the texture of the cold rolled raw titanium with a light sandblast that has the Terra looking more like something issued by a tactical outfitter. The shape is basically a rectangle with 4 clipped corners with angled cutout slots to allow a pass-through strap to be secured, and a pair of small...
You have this watch in your watch list, but it's always out of stock. Well, he said he had to wait in a list of like 1,500 people. Or was it 5,100? Or 15,000. It was something. He had to go on a wait list. But I gotta say, I like a nice watch. And I hate, like, watches in the United States. Name brands are so astronomically expensive. Why? Because of the name. Why can't, like, India needs to start going out and becoming the manufacturer for the world, especially with everything going on. India could easily become the manufacturer for the world. It could easily outsource China, or not outsource. Would it be outbid China? It could well, maybe not outbid, because China has the slow labor they could easily utilize. But it could not underbid, but make a good deal. It could make a good deal. And people would go towards it because it's more reliable, kind of. There would still be probably child labor in some situations, but that's not a big deal. If children are allowed to work, let them work. It's the nation's choice to allow children to work.
Ovals cut through the opposite corners. I don't know that these have any practical purpose other than giving the slab of titanium some visual interest and even kind of tricking the eye into making the slab of titanium look a little smaller than it actually is. Speaking of visual trickery, keen observers will note that the long sides of the case are not perfectly straight, yet they have a slight tapering curve around the dial towards the fixed lugs. I would wager that this aids in keeping as small a visual profile as possible. The look may be pure utilitarian, but the design is surprisingly effective at securing a strap without spring bars, a clever detail that cuts production costs and simplifies construction. Given this approach, I'm sure that enthusiasts will find plenty of creative means of attachment for the Terra that DWC never intended. Case dimensions check out as follows. A case width width of 32 millimeters and a lug-to-lug, such as it is, of 44 millimeters, making for a decent wear overall for the unapologetically slab-like design. A cutout notch at 3 allows for a semi-sunken crown, and the 8-sided stainless steel crown is titanium-coated to match the tone of the case. The push-pull design is signed with the company's logo, a bit of a surprise at this absurd price point, taking the form of the dome of India's presidential residence in New Delhi. I've noticed that crown operation on smaller watches like this can prove to be more of a make-or-break detail than on larger watches, and even though the crown is sunken in this case, a sharp notch around the perimeter makes the push-pull action easy. Given its tool watch conceit, the water resistance rating of only 30 meters is something of a surprise, but the stainless caseback does screw in, and DWC has hinted at better water resistance ratings for future models. In another unconventional touch, the crystal isn't made from mineral glass, sapphire, or acrylic. Rather, DWC has opted for a domed optical glass manufactured by Germany's Schott AG, with the material said to offer higher scratch resistance than mineral glass, as well as being easier to shape. It has a great look against the rectangular textured titanium, but the jury's still out on how it will hold up in the long term. The wear experience is unsurprisingly flat given the case profile, but it's not too awkward thanks to the relatively short 44mm case length. The included strap is a bare-bones black fabric pass-through, a sort of Marine Nationale configuration that offers a bit of elastic give for added comfort and security. It uses a stamped and signed metal hook that clips into a buckle loop once you adjust for size, and while it's nothing fancy, it does the job and even makes fastening and removal a smooth operation. Given the case design, you could probably swap it out for a different pass-through fabric strap of your own.
Honestly, this does look nice. This does look nice. Looks like a World War II plane dial. Yeah, this whole thing looks aesthetically pleasing. Aesthetically pleasing. Like, the only reason I have a watch is because it keeps track of my steps. It's like I used to enjoy wearing a watch, and I'd be the idiot that would wear it right here. Like, when I was a kid, I'd always wear it right here because it just made sense. Like, when I'm doing something, it's easier to do this than to do this. It's easier to do this than to do this. I mean, maybe, yeah, you have to do this. It's easier just to do this while that's how I'd always do it. I'd always wear it like that. But with actually having a watch that keeps I can't do that. It has to be up here. It has to be up here.
Own choosing, provided the material isn't too thick. Above all other considerations, it's a utilitarian solution that suits the character and no design. The dial continues the function over form aesthetic, looking more like an instrument you find in the cockpit of a vintage aircraft than anything.
I just like seeing things that are out there. I really do. I really do. I mean, I watch reaction reviews all the time. Or no, I watch reviews all the time. So technically, I get a reaction to a review. Yeah.
In a watch dealer showroom. The matte black dial has an underlying field watch stance, starting with a series of 5-minute markings at the perimeter.
This is just
inside, simple printed minute hash marks are interrupted by longer hour markings, meaning double-digit Arabic numerals that feature what the brand calls quote-unquote vintage Japanese loom. Finally, the hour markers give way to a 24-hour military timescale, and branding consists of nothing more than the Terra word mark above 6 and Delhi watch code discreetly tucked into the dial's outer edge. This minimalist text gives a feeling more akin to a piece of government-issued equipment, and the look nails the no-nonsense design brief. This is a confident and thoughtful design choice that I appreciate from a micro brand. Timekeeping and capital F function first. There's no date window to interrupt the proceedings, and the loom also appears within the nicely proportioned titanium-coated syringe-style hour and minute hands, with the second hand showing an orange-painted tip. While the loom isn't what you would call world-beating, it does offer an adequate glow, with the loom color of the hands either green or blue, depending on the production patch. And here we are at the shortest part of the review, to discuss the movement, as the movement inside the Terra is a simple, durable, and widely available Miyota quartz caliber, the GL32. There's not much to say, except that the Miyota rates its accuracy at -10 to +20 seconds per month, and it has a battery life of around 3 years. The slim movement is unremarkable in itself, and then again, it's the perfect choice for the Terra's mission. And at a retail cost of less than $10, replacing a broken one will be more cost-effective than attempting to service it, but it'll probably never be an issue unless it suffers water damage. Okay, my final thoughts, and before we get there, I should mention that number one, I purchased this watch myself with my own money, and I sat through the lottery past my bedtime to get it. So there's a lot of good news and also some bad news here. The good news is
these watchmakers only sell online. Wish they get offline stores, but they always understock. I mean, yeah, it does. But you gotta. The thing is, online, they're able to control the manufacturing, able to control the cells, able to control the shrinkage. I think it is if like things get lost in transit or theft. They're able to control the shrinkage, so it makes sense. It's best for them to do it this way because if they have it in store locations, the cost will go up by probably 1,000 to 2,000 rupees. So probably like 10 to 20 more dollars, maybe 10 to 20 more dollars. So you'd be spending $52 instead of 42, or $62 instead of 42, because they'd have to up the cost for that. I can understand maybe eventually, as soon as it becomes more of a popular brand. Of course, as soon as they become more popular brand, their costs will go up. And then because they go up, they'll be able to outsource. I would see it as they put the price will go up first. And then after they've sold in a few at a higher price, then they'll have it retailed out in certain stores. They'd up manufacturing, but that's how it works. But it's girly to watch time like that. There's nothing girly about watching time. No IP69 rating, use less. How will I watch time when I go swimming? Well, the thing is like that it's supposed to get better. It's supposed to get better.
What may appear to be obvious. This is an incredible value from a surprising place. $40 for any watch is more than a great start. Throw in original design and premium materials and sweet, gets sweeter. The Terra is a very cool everyday watch with a truly original design that also doesn't feel too far astray from a traditional wristwatch. That's a harder line to walk than many are giving credit for. It's easy to wear for something shaped like a small brick, and the dial is perfectly legible with a touch of tactical swagger. The watch inspires confidence to just throw it on and forget it, and that's a good thing. The lightweight, elastic strap, and quartz movement all result in a product that does its job well and fades into the background. To me, the best tools get out of the way and feel invisible. Now, this is my first experience with Indian watchmaking, and it confirms that Indian watchmaking is a space to keep a closer eye on. The bottom line here is that this is head-shaking value for a watch that offers so much for so little. It's hard to find true cons when we're talking about a $40 watch in 2026, but there are still a few opportunity costs that I should mention. First is the elephant in the room, the water resistance. While 30 meters is certainly still water resistant and far from unusable, I would expect 50 meters minimum, or ideally
30 meters? Wait, so you can still go swimming. I mean, you can't go scuba diving, but you can go swimming. You can take a shower. It's like 30 meters is a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot.
100 meters from something claiming to be a tool watch made for adventure. Also, the limited nature could be considered a con, but with a run of 5,000 watches that sold out in minutes, this may be more of an unintended consequence of unexpected popularity. When I got through the drop and tried to revisit the DWC website, I saw 14,000 people in line ahead of me. A niche from DWC even told me in my preparation for this review that 75,000 people total had signed up to be notified for this watch's release. The bad news is that the initial run of 5,555 Terras is now sold out after a pair of drops with limited ordering windows. A second run in June of 2026, available in brushed, matte, or DLC stainless steel, also sold out in minutes. But the good news is that DWC has announced a new run of the titanium Terra, this time with an automatic Miyota 9039 movement, slated to launch in early 2027. I imagine they'll be priced higher than the quartz versions, but you can still expect demand to be very strong based on the fever surrounding the Terra as it is now. There are plenty of terrible, shoddily constructed, and highly derivative watches available at around the same price point, and more often higher on Amazon or AliExpress. So why not spend your money on something that's not only thoughtful and well made, but a clean sheet original? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. These types of things really do help.
I like that. I like that. Very insightful review. Very to the point. I wasn't like, I'm going to be honest. I put that in my to react list because I saw it and I'm like, you know what? $42 watch. How good can it possibly be? It's from India. Let's see the potential. And then the fact that it's wanted. And I've seen the review and I'm like, it looks clean. It looks clean. It's not overly done. Like that's one thing, like, being in India, and me and my wife went to the store with brother, and he went to go look at the watches, and I go to look at the watches. They're so overdone, so blown out. There's just too much going on, and I'm just like, no, just get me something that's simple. What's a watch for? To keep track of time. You don't need the date. Everyone's got a phone in their pocket. You can check the date on your phone. You don't need to look at your watch for that. You don't need all this extra stuff. I mean, you can get a smartwatch for that stuff because it's basically you have a computer on your wrist, which technically that's what I use to keep track of my steps. I only use it to check the time when I'm at work and count my steps. That's it. That's it. That's all I ever use it for. I don't use it for any of its other features. I have a phone to utilize. But yeah, I mean, again, a watch is just a watch. It's there to keep track of time. And it's for aesthetic, I guess, as well. Honestly, I would wear that. I would wear that as like a piece of displaying, just to show it off. Because I think it looks clean. I think it looks nice. I think it's worth having something like that. I need to look that up. I need to find that so I can. It's cheap. It's cheap. The way I see that, it seems cheap to me. It seems cheap to me. But especially when you have all these name brand watches that you literally can buy for the price of I spent for like 3 AZs. No. What's the point of a Rolex? The name. That's really it, just the name. Because it does the same things that another cheap watch will do. But yeah, as long as it's keeping track of time and not going too crazy, it's good. It's good.
You guys got a video?
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.